Let's see. I want to trying something new today, so give me a second. So much to tell you. Okay, I'm gonna try to go. I'm getting wild and crazy today. I'm trying to go, and I did not. Okay, I'm in California for Tony Robbins Live. If anybody, UPW, if anybody else is here, give me a shout out. I want to meet up with anybody who's here. That would be amazing. Okay, I am live. So today, as always, we're talking about something so exciting. I know I always say that. We are talking about being ghosted. How many of you have ever been ghosted? I mean, I want to say everybody, right? I wanted to share this to my groups. Why is the group not coming up? Oh my God. Hold on one second. Group, here we go. All right. Let's see. I hate that every one of these starts like this, but you can figure out a better way. If you know of a better way, let me know. Okay. So today we are talking about, have you ever been ghosted? Tell me honestly, give me a yes down below. Have you ever been ghosted? I think we all have, right? Now I want you to think about something else. Have you, I'm holding my phone because I forgot my tripod. So this is probably jumping around like nutty. I'll try to leave it. I wonder if I can put it. Anyway. All right. So have you ever been ghosted? Yes, I'm positive all of us have been ghosted. And I'm equally positive that we've ghosted people. I know I have, and I don't mean to. Like that makes me feel bad even saying it out loud, but it is true. And I promise you that when I ghost people, it is not, at least always, because I hate them or I don't want to speak to them or I hated what they said. It's not about that. I'm easily distracted. I hate to say that out loud too, but it's fact. I'm very easily distracted. I can very easily, you know, get off on a sidetrack of something else. So that's typically why I might ghost somebody. And then 3 days later, I'm like, God, I just read something that was so amazing and I really want more information, but I can't remember who said it or even what it was. Just in my head, there's something tickling that I really liked something. And that's it. I can't remember any more than that, and I never find it again. So that's what we're talking about today. Let me know if you've ever ghosted somebody or if you've been ghosted. And we're going to talk about one of my DM flows with a little bit of a twist today, the little ghosted twist, right? So, we've all been there. I know that. You know that. Someone was like super into the conversation, super into what you were offering, and then all of a sudden, poof, they're out of there. Nothing, zero, zilch, nada. And you're like, what happened? What just happened? So today's episode is all about that. It's for every business owner, every coach, every person in the world who's ever felt the sting of silence. And after a promising lead, you're like, oh, this person would be great, right? So we're just talking about ghosting. We're talking about how we can reopen the conversation without being weird or pushy or like in their face. We don't like that. If you follow me, you know that I am not that kind of person, right? I do not like to be salesy or pushy or anything else. I want ultimate goal, as we all do, we want people coming to us, right? But if we are going to go to people, we still want it to be very comfortable, very conversational, right? Erica, queen of conversations. That's what I want for you. I want you to have better conversations, more conversations, conversations. Maybe you're not having any, right? Maybe you need more. That is what it's all about. And I think that that's how we build our businesses. The more conversations we have, the better our business is. The more profit we have, the more consistent everything is. And that's what I want for you. So I'm going to show you how to use this DM flow, follow-up flow with a special twist for ghosting. All right. And let's reiterate. If there's nothing else that you take away from today, Most people don't ghost because they hate you or because they're like, oh my God, I changed my mind. I don't want to have anything to do with this offer. That's not why most people ghost you. So get that through your head. We can get down in that spiral, right? Talking about all the reasons why. What did I say? How did I say it? When did I say? We can go down that spiral. Don't do that. Life happens. They got distracted, period. They just weren't ready then. But that doesn't mean they're not ready now. Remember the whole buyer cycle. I'm talking faster than normal today because we're going to go in and out of this so I can get my little hiney over there to Tony Robbins. If I didn't mention, I'm in California at Tony Robbins, walking on fire tonight. So excited. If you've ever done it, drop it down below. Anyway, um, so buyer cycle, only 1 to 3% of people are ready right now anyway. So we need to keep in touch with all those other people. Nurture, nurture, nurture. But there's a lot of people, and it's a big percentage that might ghost you. So, not a bad idea to try to keep in touch with them. Remember, sales are not made on the first connection, almost ever. That is like almost unheard of, especially if you're high ticket. What does that mean? That means you have to keep in touch with them. Even the ones that ghost you until somebody says no, I'm really not interested. Then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And you move on and you don't take it personally, right? So they might be ready now, and your job is to reopen the door without slamming through it. You don't want to be like in their face again. All right, let's go. Here we go. Cheesy, you want to get your paper and pen out. We're going with the acronym. A lot of you probably already know what this is. It's my DM flow that I love and I talk about. If you don't know what it is, get your paper out. And I do give some examples in case you want to take notes on those. First letter, W. If you know what it is, drop it down below. W. This is tailored for people who ghosted you. So the W is warm it up. Don't ignore the elephant in the room or AKA the inbox, right? Don't ignore it. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge the pause. That's what we're going to call it. We are not going to call it ghosting. We're going to say the pause without guilt, without pressure. Just acknowledge it. You can say something like, hey, you popped into my head today. How's everything going? Now, what would be a better way? That's like a quick thing, right? But what would be a better way to do that? Hey, you popped into my head today because, hey, last time we jumped on a call, you were headed out to Tony Robbins, and I know we never finished that conversation. So you popped into my head today. I'm at Tony Robbins, and my head is spinning too. I totally get it, right? How is any ideas for me? Any advice? Whatever. Just bring it back. It does not have to be about you don't even want it to be, right? You want it to be casual. You want it to just open the door. You can say something like, I know it's been a bit, or we say a minute, right? You can say a minute, a bit, whatever. Since we chatted, hope all's well on your end. You can ask a question, but remember this flow is going to keep going. So if you're like, oh, why would you end with that? We're going to keep going. But add to it, add your own gist to each one of these. So just get the idea of the flow down and then you're going to make it your own. So another example might be saw something that reminded me of our conversation and thought I'd check in. Say what it is. What reminded you of your conversation? Don't just say that because then it sounds chat GPT, then it sounds chatbot. Say what reminded you of the conversation. Remember, oh, I only have one hand. But top of funnel, if you're like, oh, I have to use ManyChat because I'm so busy, then go for it. If you want to use ManyChat because you're getting thousands and thousands of people coming to you, then use ManyChat. But once it gets in, you want to take over. You want it to be personal. You want to speak to the people, right? Yes, I am making a little fun because I know that most people aren't getting enough um, engagement to warrant using ManyChat, but that's okay. If you want to, go for it. All right, so type yes if you've ever ghosted someone back, like you ghosted them, because you didn't know what to say, right? You'll get in this flow. Keep it simple. Do not overcomplicate. If you're asking somebody a complex question that's going to take an essay to respond, they're probably going to ghost you. If you're asking somebody something that's kind of intimate or private and you had just started talking, they probably ghosted you, right? So keep in mind the types of things that you're asking people, even if you know you need to know it for your business. Don't ask it yet. Maybe there's a place, and that's why it's critical that you kind of map out your flows because And the more you do it, the more you'll get a feel for when you need to say something. And at the beginning, okay, you get ghosted, you get a door slammed in your face. Don't stress yourself out. Don't take it personally. It's just the way it goes. It's going to happen. And there are always going to be people who are having a bad day or are grouchy or something else. So don't stress yourself out about it. Anyway, drop your story down below of when you ghosted someone else because you didn't know what to say. I want to hear what they were asking. All right, so W was the first one. The second one is A for ask something without pitching. Do not pitch your offer. So you want to shift that energy. Show genuine curiosity, not salesy pressure. Don't in their face stuff. We don't want to do that, right? So keep in mind, we're going to use the W first and then add in the A. Did you end up moving forward with XYZ project that you were exploring, right? Are you still thinking about launching that new program, right? Any updates on blah, blah, blah that we talked about the last time we talked? So you want to keep this and everything about them. It is not about you. Nobody cares. So keep it about them as much as humanly possible. That's what they're interested in, and that's what you are interested in. You want to know about them. So keep it about them. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. Keep it about them. It's not about you. So make it safe for them to re-engage. Make it opening and easy for them to re-engage. And easy, keyword on that one, right? It's not the time to push your offer. So don't start like getting into your offer yet. Then you want to go into the R, relate and reflect. So WAR. If you don't know it yet, you're making me nervous. Drop it down below. What is the DM flow? So the R is relate and reflect. So here's where you're going to rebuild or even start building. Maybe you didn't do it well the first time. Here's where you're going to rebuild that trust and offer something useful or empathetic. Empathetic means like understanding. Remember, people want to feel seen and heard and understood. So the more that you can help them feel that you are listening, you hear them, you want to help them, the more that they feel that coming from you, the better the bond, the closer the relationship is going to be. So you can respond something like, oh my God, that's totally normal. So many of my clients felt the same before they started, or before they were ready, or before they started that project, or, before that stage of the game, something like that. Or something like, I actually made a quick checklist for people who were stuck at that exact same stage. Do you want me to send it over? Right now, I'm offering. The first one I was kind of like understanding. Now I'm offering. Switching hands, sorry. Oh, my arm was hurt. Okay, so you're not alone. Here's another one. You're not alone. This part of the journey is super common. Here's something that might help. A little bit of a combo there, right? We're showing the empathy, we're showing the understanding, and we're offering something to give them. You want to use your freebies, your past lives, your past master classes, whatever it is that you have. You want to use all of that to give to them because you're helping. That's who you are. That's what makes this so easy once you really get started and once you really get into it. Because all you're doing is really helping somebody, get past a point, advance a little bit, take one step in the right direction. And you're doing it from heart. All right. Drop an emoji down below if you've ever overthought a follow-up because you didn't want to be annoying. You can drop this emoji if you want to, right? Drop that emoji. And if you don't drop an emoji, I want to know why. Because if you've never overthought something, you've got a superpower that I want. All right, drop an emoji if you've ever overthought a follow-up because you didn't want to be annoying, right? And the last one is M. Make a move. Make a move. That always, 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 do you want to make a move, right? But we want a low barrier next step. That means not in their face. Low barrier next step. So this is where you gently invite them back in without sounding like a sales robot or a chat robot. You can say something like, if you're still exploring XYZ, I've got a couple of spots open this month. That's maybe your offer, maybe your program. Maybe you actually had a conversation with them about it and they weren't ready yet. They were like, I need to think about it. So that's where you want to bring it back to that, right? You could say, happy to send something over real quick if you're still curious. Maybe you have an extra video you can send them. Maybe there's another freebie you can send them, something else to kind of move them forward. Or do you want to pick it back up? No pressure either way. So I love adding the no pressure either way, or no worries or something like that to make me feel better when I say it. But also it makes them feel better. You want it to be no pressure. You want it to be easygoing. What you want to open a door, not a demand. You don't want to make them uncomfortable at all, if at all humanly possible. That's your whole goal here is to not make them uncomfortable. Even if they want to say no, thank you, you want it to be easy. Why? Because you want it to be no, thank you, not right now, not a never. Get it? Get it? So you can stay in their world. All right. This is a quick reminder for those of you who get in your head a little bit. Silence is not rejection, or it does not always mean rejection. It means timing is off. It means energy. Maybe there wasn't some sort of synergy between the two of you or with the program that you're offering, or confidence. And yes, I'm saying this, and you're like, but it's not their confidence, it's their confidence in you. And we need to be, we need to make sure that we are building that confidence in us so that they understand that we are the person that can take them from A to B. We're the person that can make that happen for them. And it might take them a lot longer than it used to. You used to be able to close people quickly. Maybe it takes longer now. Always keep in mind the sales thing. Almost never are you going to close something on the first try or first, I don't want to say try, but the first interaction. You need a lot of interactions to make that happen. And if you're not staying in the world, if you're not following up, you're not giving them the opportunity to have all of those interactions with you. You want them to binge your videos. You want them to, jump on your lives every Thursday. You want them to experience you as much as humanly possible so that they are building that confidence. And if it's a outright cold, maybe they just didn't have the time to build that confidence yet. But with the noise and the amount of stuff and everything that's going on, it takes a little longer, right? Again, they're distracted just like you are. So they might easily get distracted, not even remember who you are, what you're all about, right? You have to remind them over and over and over what you do. So you're not just offering something, you're offering them a second chance, right? So no guilt, no pressure. You want it to be easy. All right, I'm about to finish because I want to leave and I want you guys to get as much of this as possible. But I have something that's called the Ghosted DM Builder. I'm going to read it to you and take down your notes. If you need it later, just send me a DM. All right, here's the formula. So you're going to say, hey, I'm going to do one-handed brackets because my other hand is holding my phone. You're going to say, hey, name, just popped into my head when I saw thing you relate to, right? I would say why they popped in their head, why that thing that relates to them. I would elaborate on that, say more about that, but that's the formula, right? Hey, name just popped in my head when I saw thing that you relate to. Totally no pressure, but were you still thinking about topic, right? Were you still thinking about, um, building your business or having more conversations or, you know, making sure that your business is growing steadily instead of whatever it is that you want to say. So if so, happy to send something over that might help. If not, no worries at all. Just wanted to check in. That is like super straight and to the point. I would elaborate on that a lot, right? But there are a million and one ways to switch that around. If you want help writing your version, send me a DM. We can do it together. I'll help you draft it. All right, freebie. Do you want to grab my buyer signal decoder? Who got that on the last one? Drop it down below. That was so fun. Cheesy Erica style fun. Anyway, and a ghosted follow-up cheat sheet. So it's going to give you some cold to warm to hot lead signals. It's going to talk about what to say at every stage, some story and DM prompts, and CTAs that feel natural, not naggy. Little cheese there, right? All right, drop the word ghosted if you want it, and I will send it right over. Maybe not right over because I will be at Tony Robbins, but I will send it over later. All right, follow-ups are not annoying when they come from a place of heart, right? Of curiosity, connection, and care. Three C's, little cheese. Curiosity, connection, and care. That's what makes people feel like you are interested in what they're all about. My phone's about to die. All right, this week, instead of wondering where they went, try reopening the conversation the right way. So use that warm DM flow. Sometimes the one thing between a ghost and a client is a message that they actually want to reply to. Make it easy. All right, same time, same place next week. See you there. If you're at Tony Robbins, want to see you. Come up to me, introduce yourself. My name is Erica Leary. Cannot wait to see you there. All right, ciao, ciao. Have an amazing rest of your day. That's me. Come with this.